we're going to be playing Call of Duty. More specifically, 4 titles that everyone hated and 4 titles that everyone loved. We'll play a game of each and we'll decide did it deserve the hate or the praise that it got. Let's dive in. Well, our first title of most hated Call of Duty, you know we had to start here, guys. It was one of the first ones that I felt was very, very divisive in the franchise. This is Call of Duty Ghosts, and we're actually playing Team Deathmatch on Warhawk. Yes, I put it as my first hated COD and most hated COD. And I think that there's a number of reasons why this happened to this game. I think for me, with Black Ops 2 doing as much positive as it did for the franchise, I think this game following up Black Ops 2 really hurt it, which some probably would consider is maybe the best Call of Duty of all time for some people. What's that guy doing? It was the opposite. It was very dull, this game. It was a little bit slower. TTK was quicker. It was very, very different than what we were used to with the Treyarch COD and Black Ops 2. And I think it just took a lot of people, including myself. It took a lot of people by, I mean, look how quick I just died right there. That is one bullet, legitimately. You have one bullet to react to. Anyway, I mean, like I said, it surprised even me. I was looking forward to the next COD, and then this thing came out, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I went back to Black Ops 2 probably a month or 2 after this release. Just because at the time, I just don't think I enjoyed it as much. Listen, when you play it now, is it not as bad? Of course. I think it's a decent game. So I thought the campaign was great. I think they tried something different with Infection. I didn't enjoy it very much. I was more of a zombies guy. So, but I will say this game too had a great S&D scene, Search and Destroy. I mean, I think Infinity Ward excels in Search and Destroy because their games, you know what I think it is? Their games are very tactical. They're always more tactical. I think that's the word they prefer to use. Like this guy, he's playing very tactically is I guess what I'm getting told there. Anyway, I wanted to go back. We're still able to find a lobby in 2024 right away. I mean, like I said, I'm doing this video at Monday at 2 o'clock and we're finding lobbies right away. I mean, it's not completely full, but it's pretty close. Let me get one more and then I'm gonna give a controversial opinion here after I get this. Hold on. Let's rate this thing. Give me 1 second. Let me get one more here. We always got to end on a kill. There you go. Now we can rate it. Okay, COD Ghosts. I have it in the most hated, and it's the first game we're talking about. I am going to be honest with you guys. I am going to take it out of this category. I think what would have fixed this game was maybe a longer TTK and a little bit less, maybe a little bit more saturation on the game. A little more color would have been great, but I guess that's the theme that they were going for, so you can't really be mad at it. But like I said, decent campaign. They tried Infection. Wasn't for me, but it worked for a lot of people. And multiplayer it wasn't terrible. So for me, I think the more I've sat on this game over time, I would take it out of most hated. But a year after the release, I wouldn't have done this. This is looking way back on it now. Let's take it out of the category. Listen, guys, if we're going to be playing the most loved CODs, we're starting it off right. And that is Black Ops 2. Oh, and we get to play Grind. Look how phenomenal this map. Look how good this map looks, guys. I'd like to see this come back in Black Ops 6. I've heard rumors that it is. Sit down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Oh my, wait a second. Am I kind of cooking? But anyway, Black Ops 2, guys. I mean, there is so many positive things to say about this game. I mean, for one, I feel like I'm Michael Jordan in this game. Oh, no. This game's legitimately like 13 years old almost now, or 12. And it still holds up. Like, you can go back and play Black Ops 2, and it's freaking phenomenal. But campaign had the multiple decisions, like where you could choose one way or the other. I mean, beautiful zombies. I love transit, guys. I know that's like very unpopular, but I don't care who knows it. I liked it. I thought it was fun running in the area where the denizens. I don't care what you said. I enjoyed it. But anyway, back to the multiplayer side of things. League play was another introduction of like getting introduced to like the competitive scene of Call of Duty. And then another thing for me too was like even they did, I feel like, DLC properly. Yes, I know DLC map packs are not some people's favorites, but they brought them in a way where, like, I thought that they were still done well. And then they introduced obviously the gun personalization packs. Ladies and gentlemen, they were $199 and it went on every single gun. So you bought it $199. You could put it on the AN-94, you can put it on the MSMC, you can put it on the sniper, you could put it on the Scorpion, you could put it on the pistols, you could do whatever you wanted, guys. They just did so much right. And again, this was the time of player cards and customizations. It just felt like you had your very unique play. Like you knew when you hopped into a match, it was like, I don't know, it felt like it was you, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does make sense, but it feels like it makes sense, you know? Why are there so many people using tack inserts in this game? Did he not think did he not think I didn't see him? Dude, I just think this is probably my favorite COD of all time. I know I've said that before. Just did so many things right. So many things right and led to I mean, I think I played this game 3 years because I kind of faded on Ghost. Kind of after Advanced Warfare got annoying, I faded on that. And so, like, I think we played Black Ops 2 for a good while, which is just kind of cool. It held up that long, and it still holds up to this day. So, Black Ops 2. I mean, you're literally the best. I mean, it's just that simple. But let's rate it. Let's judge it. Let's be fair, and let's get into it. All right, so Black Ops 2, does it deserve to be most loved? Obviously, I'm putting this game first, and the answer is yes, okay? I don't care if you're a Modern Warfare fanboy or you don't really like the Black Ops titles. I don't care. I think everybody liked Black Ops 2. So many things to love about it. It was just, honestly, it was pretty close to a perfect COD. And one that we always kind of compare ourselves to when we're like, hey, I wish this would be like this. It was always Black Ops 2. For me, no chance this is removed from most loved. No chance. Well, here we are. Our next game that is most hated is obviously the one you're sitting in front of it watching. It's Infinite Warfare. And currently it is Monday at 2 o'clock and it's a 4-on-1. That's how I know that this game is not in the best shape. And obviously the other team is just going to be absolutely insane, because if you're playing this game on a Tuesday, you are trying to become a pro at a game that you don't need to, man. It's over. The jetpack era is over. It's probably never ever coming back, my friend. It's done. Dude, this guy is insane. Anyway, so this game came out. It was the third year of jetpacks in a row. Everybody was so done with jetpacks. It's insane. Like, we could not do another year of jetpacks. People had enough. And I just remember the reveal trailer coming out after the fact, and it was like, okay, it's gonna be back on boots on the ground, all that good stuff. And then the reveal trailer comes out, and it's jetpacks again. And not only is it jetpacks, it's jetpacks in space with robots. And people were just like, yeah, Call of Duty's lost the plot. This is where we really lost a big portion of the player base, I think, at least. I think what really hurt this game the most was the multiplayer, being in space with robots and crap like that. You know, this game even had some good guns and good streaks. It actually wasn't like an awful COD. Maybe it was just a product of the time, really. You know what I mean? Like, that's almost what I'm thinking. But they had some okay maps. There were some decent maps. Come on, give me both. The hit detection. IW games, always good hit detection, boys. You guys know that. I always give them that praise. But it is kind of funny that IW is like every game on this list, pretty much. I'm not gonna lie, that's a little foreshadowing, but not really, because you probably understand that. We just did Ghost, and now we're on IW. We have another one coming up. That's yeah. Listen, we don't need to talk about it. I mean, it's 3-on-1, and one of the guys isn't even playing, you know. But hey, at least we're playing a 3v1. Sit down. I'm actually kind of liking this, to be honest. That's perfect. Well, let's go rate this thing, man. You've seen enough. Okay, so IW. Here's the thing. Yes. Did it deserve the hate? I got to start off with yes, it did. I'm not going to try to sway your opinions on if it didn't or not. Let me just give you a couple bullet points. Third year, and I know this is a fact, they were planning this game before Advanced Warfare. So I don't know if they knew that the feedback on Jetpack's COD were going to be that bad when the time the game came out. So I can't really, it was unfortunate because they just, bad timing. I think it was bad timing. I think most people didn't attempt to give it a shot once they saw robots. So never played the campaign, never played Spaceland. At that point, that's 2/3 of the modes that were actually pretty solid. And then this one was multiplayer, just kind of what held it back. I feel like it wasn't too much of a jump from Black Ops 3, honestly. So yes, did it deserve the hate? Yes, but I would be more gentle on this game. I really would. The information I know now, I would be more gentle. We're on our next most loved game, and let's be honest, guys, you knew what was happening here. It's MW2, and it's the OG MW2, the one that everybody loved. Let's get into the game talking about MW2. Let's be honest. Even me, I'm not the biggest MW2 fan. I'm sorry, not the biggest. Listen, let me take that back. Let me start over. I am not the biggest Modern Warfare fan, I guess I would say. I mean, I love Black Ops just a little bit more in terms of like story and characters and stuff like that. But this game kind of hit, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I used to run around with this UMP with a tack knife, and who can forget just going for streaks? 7, 11, 25, try to get your nuke. The thing was with this game, they just went straight chaos and it worked. Like they went crazy, everything overpowered, streaks overpowered, nukes, snipers overpowered, quick scoping overpowered. I mean, you name it, it was overpowered. And I think, you know what, honestly, I think it worked. I really do. And I mean, I think these maps, some of these maps in this game are unbelievable. There's a lot to like about this game. Sure, with this game, it had some stuff that you're like, oh my gosh, the noob tubes, one-man army. I mean, honestly though, the stuff that you loved could also be the stuff that you hated, if that makes sense. Okay, well, hey, we're back, another map here, and like I was continuing to say, I actually didn't mention in the maps. I feel like MW2 maps had some really, really, really strong standout maps, and obviously they were standout because we're still playing them in the new game, Modern Warfare 3. We came back to them again. So I don't know, man. I just felt like this game, the campaign, even like the Spec Ops, I found myself playing the Spec Ops in this game. And I'm never that kind of player. Like I'm a maintain, usually a multiplayer kind of guy. Sure, I'll play some campaign in the Black Ops series and obviously this campaign as well, but I didn't do a lot of it. And then this kind of made me play campaigns. It's cool, man. It's cool to see what this game did. And I'd like to see, honestly, I'd like to see my hours in this game, because I think that would be semi-disgusting to see. Actually, maybe I don't want to see my hours in these games. These golden age CODs, it might make me sick, honestly. Oh, dude, there is people still doing the noob tube today. I thought that they nerfed the noob tubes back in the day. I don't think that they did. I think that they let it go. They said we're letting that go, boys. Get used to it. He's still in here? Okay, well, we got all the flags here, but hey, listen, I think you've seen enough of MW2 by now. You know what the gameplay looks like. You know what's going on. Let me get one more good one here, folks. There it is. That's beautiful. That's beautiful execution. Beautiful execute. Let's go rate this. I think this one's gonna be quick, guys. Did it deserve most loved? Yes. The impact it had on the franchise, the amount of people this game brought to the franchise, the amount of time people played this game, the amount of time and effort they tried to get a nuke, it's just phenomenal times. Does this deserve most loved? Come on, guys. It's simple. Yes. Speaking of secrets, did you know that I had a second channel called More Tdawgsmitty? I pretty much play other games besides Call of Duty, so if you're into that thing, maybe go hit subscribe. Links in the description. Well, here we are on Farm 18, and you're going, T, why are you playing another game of MW2? Well, it's not MW2. It's MW3. And we're putting this one in hated because honestly, we can probably start with this point. People thought it was a DLC, and it was. That's the sad part. This game was obviously marketed to people as a brand new title, but we come to find out with leaks that it is probably was a DLC. MW2 did not get good feedback. But anyway, this game obviously was a $70 brand new game, and most people found out about this thing being a DLC and were not happy about it. And another thing that really hit it off really, really bad off the wrong foot. The campaign. If you played the campaign, I actually did it live for you guys when it first came out last year. I think it was like a 3-hour stream, and I was taking my grand old time. So people found that out, and you know, when you do that kind of stuff, people don't like it. And the sad part was, this game, dare I say, it is not that bad. It's crazy to say that out loud. My thoughts on this game are very simple. I think, did I play it the whole year? No. Did I enjoy how they treated us in the beginning of the year? No. Does it help that I'm a Call of Duty creator? So yeah, like I knew I was gonna play the game. If I was a casual, no chance I would have bought this game. Zero chance I would have bought this game. I'm gonna say something wild. I think this game really turned it around. I really do. I come back to this game every once in a while when I'm feeling dangerous, and every single time I'm on this game, there's a new map, there's a new gun, there's a new variant of a map. It's wild. If this game would have started with these new maps and had some new guns and not everything like transferring so well and looking the same, I think we're having a different conversation. I really do. Because when I play this, I go, man, it's kind of what we wanted. We wanted movement back. We wanted the red dots on the mini map back. We wanted OG, you know, we wanted some OG classic maps. We got those as well. Like, they kind of gave us everything we wanted, but it was still not liked, which is just so weird to me. What is that? That guy is running around so crazy. I'm enjoying myself, and I have been lately when I come back to this game. Just didn't do enough new, I guess. I mean, it did, but it didn't. You know, that's kind of the weird thing. Like, it doesn't really make any sense to say that, but it didn't do a lot new, but it did. But it took a year, you know? So most people I know with gaming nowadays don't have a year to wait. Let's try to get one more kill. Let's get two, actually. There's one. And let me get another one. Let me get a clean one. Let me get this clean one right here. Boom. Nope. One more. Where you at? That's that. Yes. Let's rate this thing. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna say. I kind of you know, I'm always touching on as I'm talking, but I think this one does not deserve to be in the most hated Call of Duties. I think it was I think the studios were dealt a bad hand. I think they've done a phenomenal job. The best post-launch support we've ever gotten in a Call of Duty, probably. So listen, they don't deserve it. Okay. This I would remove from the most hated. Now, I wouldn't put it in the most loved, but I would remove it from the title of most hated, in my personal opinion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this one might be a controversial pick, but here we are on Modern Warfare 19, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I thought about this, and I put it in the most loved. But this game, I'm telling you, man, I think it was one of those games that it hit, oh my gosh, it hit at a crazy good time. I see you, buddy. Ah! So obviously this game came out, and then we had the Warzone craze, and we had all that sorts of stuff. We had, obviously we were kind of stuck in our house for a little bit, so that probably impacted it as well. But I don't know about you guys. It felt like all my friends came back to play this game. And obviously that was Warzone included in that, so I'm not going to pretend like it wasn't. But I mean, for me, what are we doing there, sir? What are we doing in that corner? You have to let me know in the comments. Did your friend group come back to this Call of Duty and play it like a ton? This game mechanically, I've said it in multiple videos now, mechanically, sound-wise, movement-wise, I don't know. It is just such a good game in my opinion. I don't know why. I don't know why we have not gone back to this engine. I think people maybe got frustrated with the slide canceling meta, but like, you don't have to do that, you know? Like, you can run around like this if you want. Like, you can do that. You can do this. This could have been the mechanics of the future titles, and I would have been really happy. Like, we could have stayed on this engine. I know some people don't like tac sprint, but I don't know. I just seem to enjoy it. By the way, guys, I got a comment the other day. I had to say this. I got a comment that I was reverse boosting in a Modern Warfare 19 lobby. How do I reverse boost in a Modern Warfare 19 lobby? I just click. Do you guys know the games that I play, the type of videos I play? I literally just click play. I play one game of each. Do you think I have time to reverse boost? Those videos take 3 days to make. This could have been an all-time COD if I think about it. It is definitely most loved. It set a bunch of records with sales. People were coming back to this game left and right. Your friend group was back on. Listen, there was some things that they did in this which were not my favorite, as in no red dots on the minimap, dead silence being, you know, obviously not standard. It's like you have to get this, whatever you call it, field upgrade. This guy hasn't missed. This is the greatest sniper of all. He's cheating. You guys saw the snap on, right? Come on, guys. As I was saying, there was a lot of negative things about this game too. And you know what it introduced? It introduced crossplay, and it introduced a bunch of hackers. It really, really did. Hackers, bad minimap, and no dead silence. And the maps in this game too, where some of them were pretty bad. But I gotta give it credit. The credit I'm giving it is, it brought a lot of people back to the franchise. Or maybe a different group of people, but it brought a lot of people back. Okay, let's go over MW19. All right, everybody, listen. I put this in most loved because I want to go quickly summarize what we just said. It brought a lot of people back to the game. It did. It did. The mechanics were fantastic. The guns were great. There's so many memorable guns. MP5, Grau. So does it deserve the category of most loved? And I think the answer is yes. But it's teeter-tottering a little bit towards hated, because it brought in a lot of mechanics that we don't like, with the slow movement, dead silence, no red dots on the minimap, and it brought in cheaters with crossplay and all that stuff. So we're close, but I am going to allow it. I'm going to allow it. I'm going to put this in most loved. It's going to stay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, listen, you knew we had to cover it. You knew we were going to talk about it. Next up in the most hated is Modern Warfare 2. And no, not the one that we talked about a couple minutes ago. Not that Modern Warfare 2. This new Modern Warfare 2 with the double eyes. And here we are. I mean, we're back. We are back on the Modern Warfare franchise. Obviously in a negative manner. But this game, listen. So the one thing that I remember about this game was how much it discouraged running around. As you can hear in that movement right there, that footstep is insanely loud. Also, we'll also show you with the sprinting and movement, everything was slowed down. This is as fast as you ran in this game right here. And no slide canceling. The slide was slow. Everything was very aim down sight. Go around corners, aim down sights, kind of try to listen for people. And to me, that just does not, that is not Call of Duty. Call of Duty is quick, arcade shooter. If you want a camping simulator, listen, there is a million other games you can play. Don't worry. With this game, I mean, they did so many things that I just dislike. You guys know, if you guys have listened to the podcast, you've heard me talk about this game in such a negative light. And sometimes I try to go eat. Look how loud that footstep is. Holy moly. I try to go easy on it. I try to like say one positive thing from this game when I play it. I just have such a hard time playing it. I would say maybe the maps is positive with this game, and Vaznev is probably my two things that I would give it. But other than that, not very positive. Again, dude's just sitting down there aiming down sight. Also, that made me remember, guys, the perks. They changed the perk system in this game too. So MW19 changed how we didn't get red dots. We didn't get dead silence anymore. And this game decided to take it one step further. And they said, you know what? We're not going to give you your third perk. We're going to make you earn your perks. And also, you guys know the story with Warzone. I mean, if you were a lover of Warzone 1, you really got slapped in the face with this game with Warzone 2. They completely got rid of everything that, listen to this. Listen to all that. Do you see why nobody moved in this game? And now we got dead silence. Also, they added an animation to the dead silence to make that slower as well when you called it in. They really didn't like you moving in this game. They really wanted you to go, hey, just chill, you know? After MW19, you were really expecting a banger, and it was far from it. So overall package of MW2, not a very good Call of Duty. One more with the VAT. You know what? Let's get one with the secondary. The 9mm. The 9mm, boys. Yeah, I like that. And got rid of the turret. And we're gonna, no, okay, let's go rate it. So MW2, does it deserve to be hated? Short answer, yeah, it does. Every decision they made was the wrong one, in my opinion. So I don't need to stay here and drag this out. It deserves to be hated. It's not, this is my least favorite Call of Duty of all time. So there you go. Oh man, our final most loved Call of Duty, World War II. And there's just a lot to unpack with this game, because this had a lot going on. Okay, so let's set the stage of the year. It's 2017, and Fortnite is dominating the landscape, and Call of Duty's got to do something to bring people back. And especially after the jetpack era, they go classic. They go World War II. They go boots on the ground. Bring your boys back is pretty much how they marketed this game. And so this game comes out and it just gets torn to shreds. And it kind of, I don't want to say dies, but it comes pretty close. Let's say that. A new team comes in. Raven kind of takes over and just flips this game upside on its head. They add a bunch of fun maps. They add a bunch of fun mechanics, fun guns, all sorts of stuff to make this game, honestly, like, it feels like this game's like a cult classic now. Like, everybody about World War II, if you talk about World War II now, it's always in a positive light, because I think people forget about the kind of the first 6 months of this game. And that's the funny thing that I always think back on, is like, this game, if it would have stayed how it was in launch, this might be, it probably has a case for the most hated Call of Duty of all time. The maps were dull. The maps were hated. There was not very many at launch. Again, you couldn't play the game right away. So it was so funny to see all that. And then I can't take this guy out. What's going on here? Is that him? Oh, we won. Yes! So I just can't tell you enough of how much this game recovered in its life cycle. The problem was nobody saw it because they went to Fortnite 6 months. You don't get 6 months in the gaming world anymore. You don't. So people were gone. People were playing Fortnite. They were done with this game. And it just was what it was. And that's the sad part, is the people that made it, they loved it. That's why I have it as most loved, because you will not find somebody that played this game all year that says they hate it. You won't find somebody. You won't find somebody. And I gotta be honest with you, like I said earlier, if it was the first 6 months, this thing would be out of this category, no problem. This would probably be in the most hated category for sure. I think with what they did to the game over time, it deserves it. It really does. I think it's one of those games that you play it now, it's still populated. People love to talk about it. Some of my best performing videos are talking about World War II. It's a cult classic. And you know what? I like to go back to it now and play. The campaign was bangers. Zombies was fun too in this game. And the HQ. Why haven't we brought the HQ back, guys? It's such a great idea. So you know what? World War II, you're staying put. Your final product, staying put. Your first couple months would have been in the trash can. Well, there you have it, folks. 4 hated titles, 4 love titles. And we've kind of switched them around. Did they deserve the hate that they got? Did they not? You saw the list, and I think I kind of nailed it, to be honest with you. But let me know in the comments down below. Would you take any of these out of the most loved? Would you take any of these out of the most hated? And I just want to thank you again very much for watching the videos. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you're new. We'll see you in the next one.